And welcome back. Today we are going to talk about our clay project. And this is going to be the clay monster head project to kind of go along with Halloween themed. We are going to kind of think about Tim Burton's characters from Nightmare Before Christmas or Paranorman or like Frankenweenie or Coraline or any claymation type thing where we have characters that have big exaggerated features, and primarily we are going to deal with just their heads. Occasionally we can sneak in a body or some shoulders or something like that, but it all depends on your design. So we're going to look at a couple of examples here to start out with. So we've got this one, which has a front. Here is the front, and then it also has a back, which is something that we need to think about with our clay projects. We need to have it designed in 3 dimensions so that it is interesting from every side. So we've got one here where we can see we got some big eyes, got a giant nose, we've got a mouth, and when we turn around and look back, it actually has a hole that goes all the way through that you can see all the way through. So the nostrils go in. Let's see if this will work. And they come out through the back. So you could use this one as a pencil holder. It's kind of gross, but it would work. All right, so again, we got something in the back, we got something in the front. We got to look at it from every angle. So here we've got a big mouth. We've got some big eyeballs. They're 2 different sizes, and they're kind of pointed in. Got a big mouth here. Now this one, not the most interesting to look at from the back. So that kind of takes away from it. Something back here would make it a little more interesting. But because when we look at sculptures, we don't just look at it from looking straight ahead at it. We are looking at it from the side. We are looking at it from the back. We're looking at it from the other side. So when we design these things, we need to take all of that stuff into consideration. All right, and then we've got one here that has a full body. So primarily, it is a big giant set of eyes. So we've got a nose, we've got a mouth. We look at it from the side here. We've got a body. We've got a tail coming out the back. We've got legs here. So it's interesting to look at from every angle. And when it sits flat, it sits like this and just stares at you. All right. So when we go to design these things, what we're going to do is, like always, we're going to draw out some thumbnails. But these thumbnails are going to be a little bit different. All right. They're going to be a little bit different in the fact that we are going to pick one design, and it may take you a little bit of figuring out to get what that one design is, but we are going to draw that same design 3 different ways. So we're going to draw it from a front view, we're going to draw it from a side view, we're going to draw it from a back view, because when we're working with 3 dimensions, so we need to design what all of those 3 dimensions are. So if you can look here, I've got some guidelines for the top and bottom, so that way my drawing is the same going all the way across. So I can line up where the chin is in the front drawing, I can line that up with the side drawing, and we can't see the chin from the back, but we can see where his hands are all the way through. So there's hands there, there, there. So it's a consistent look all the way through with each angle. All right, so here we've got the banana from the front, we got one from the back, we got it from the side, we have it from the back. And then here's just a bunch of different variations of this. So we've got, again, front, side, back, front, side, back. And that's how we want to present these. So that way we can look at it, we can see every angle, and we can kind of make decisions on how these things are going to look. All right, so here's the front, here's the side. And here's another front, the side. Now this one, it's just a big grin. Not super interesting from the side. It does have some shape, so we've got some negative space coming in, but the front of it is pretty flat. And I think when I ended up finishing this one, I made the lips a little more exaggerated and made the eyes a little more round, so they had some shape to them. All right, and this is the drawing right here for this guy. So the drawings, from the drawings to the finished version, they're going to change a little bit. Okay, so again, we've got the big nose, we've got the big eyes, we got the 2 holes going through. So I took the 2 holes, made it into one. Okay, here we've got the dog. So it's a kind of a dog slash rattlesnake. So he's got a big tongue that comes down, and it has a whole body, and then it has a tail that comes back, and the tail attaches to the head. One of the things that we want to think about with this, and this is an exception because I have been super careful with it, and everything attaches. The tongue attaches to the feet, the tail attaches to the body, it also attaches to the head. We want to try to avoid having things that come out from the side that are going to be really skinny, because it is clay, so that means it is fragile. So stuff like this will break off really easy, especially if it is not attached in multiple points. Okay, so if you want to have something that's a little thin, it needs to be attached. All right, and then here's some more examples. A little short guy. He's mostly head with some feet, and his body are actually just his legs. And here's one where the eyes are inside of the mouth. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our piece of paper and we're gonna draw some guidelines all the way across. If you want to use a ruler, if you're one of those people where you need to have a ruler to draw a straight line, or ultimately it doesn't have to be perfect. So if it's a little crooked, that's fine. So we're just going to start with our top and bottom to begin with, because we don't know what everything else is going to be. So we want to draw a front, we want to draw a side, and a back. That's what we're shooting for. Now, like I said, we're going to go for big, exaggerated features. So when we're doing that, I always like to start with either the nose or the eyes. Sometimes I do have one where it is just a giant nose. So we're going to start out with some big eyes here. And I'm probably going to end up making new guidelines for this. Maybe not, we'll see. So we're going to put his eyes kind of in towards the center, making a little cross-eyed. Kind of a big pupil like that. Give him some eyelids maybe. We'll throw in a big round nose right here. And we'll go with the mouth. All right, we'll make the mouth come out from the very edge of the eyes. Tuck under like this. Come down. Throw some teeth coming across. Again, this is just a thumbnail, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And we got to have a thickness for some lips, because this is clay. All right, so this is going to end up getting moved, which is fine. So we'll go make him have some stand type legs, big clown shoes, and maybe throw in a mustache. Comes down the side like this. Sure, why not? Yeah, like I said, all of these things can change. Go with the unibrow, great big one. Make it real fuzzy, furry. And with something like this, we don't necessarily need to fill in a head per se. We can just leave it like this. So here's my guidelines. Go across like this. And then here's the chin coming across. Top of the mouth. Top of the nose. So with the feet, so we'll start out here. Big feet like this, comes across. And it goes right into the mouth. We'll make him, we'll think Bubba Gump. Make a great big giant bottom lip so that's going to have to change a little bit. We'll come out more flat like this. Bigger bottom lip over here. Comes up to the mouth like this. We have the big mustache like that. We'll make it go all the way down to his feet. World's longest mustache. And then the rest of the mouth comes in like this. And we want it to look interesting. So maybe we come back here. Give him a little bit of a backside. Then we've got the eyes like this, with the unibrow up here. We'll see a little bit of the nose sticking out. Again, this is all just real rough. It doesn't need to be anything super detailed. So we've got the split of his feet, and they come out. They've got a thickness, so they're going to come out kind of like this. And then seeing how we've got this here, we'll throw that across. We'll throw some pants on him when we get this all done. The backside going to come down kind of smooth like this. And the eyes will be in the front, so we're not going to see all of that. We'll still see the unibrow come through. And maybe see a little bit of the nose there. So with this, it'll kind of blend in however we want it to be, and you'll make it look interesting, because we are doing an additive process with this. So we're just going to keep adding clay to this until we get it the way that we want to. The mustache might be hanging off the sides like this. We'll see. It's going to be kind of big crazy face. So this will probably kind of clean this up a little bit. We'll give him some pants. Kind of come around like that. Why not? And then probably give this a little bit of a bulge out back here, just to make it interesting. Look like some shoulder blades maybe. That's one of the nice things about clay, is that you can have a drawing that can be as detailed as you want it to be. It's probably not going to turn out exactly that way. So this gives me a rough idea as far as how I want it to look. Is it going to look this way? I don't know. We'll see in the next video. But this is kind of what we're looking at as far as planning out your clay figure. So we want to have a front view, we want to have a side view, and we want to have the rear view. So 3 different looks here. And that's what we're going for. And like I said, all of this is going to change a little bit. So look out for the next video, and it's going to kind of explain how the process is going to work to build it, and we will go from there. Hey, good luck.